to another exciting edition of the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast. I am your host, Davo. With me today, we have Kels,
Hello, everyone.
we have Andy,
Hey, everybody.
and we have the trivia guru, that is Neil.
Hello.
How about some rules, Neil?
Well, the rules are every week we have a theme, and in that theme, we've got 6 categories of 4 questions each. Each question is worth 10 points. There's a few bonus points thrown in here and there. And then a final, which is worth up to 100 points. And today's theme, for no reason except that it's one of my favorite places to be, is Switzerland.
What?
Wow.
Huh?
I said Switzerland. It's a country in Europe.
Switzerland.
It's one of your favorite places to be?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
I've been there twice.
You know, I'm really kind of neutral about Switzerland.
That's
there.
well played. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Ooh,
Thank
my
you.
sides hurt.
Thank you. Wanted to get that one out of the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. Maybe we can just even cut that out of the podcast and nobody will even have to see it. But we'll see. Are you ready to get started?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, today's first category is science.
Oh, come on.
The science of Switzerland.
I thought these were fun episodes. They're not part of the tournament, so
You
okay.
awful.
I love Swiss science.
Yeah. We were just talking about that the other day.
Right.
Well, you can't really trust their conclusion. It's full of holes.
Wow. Woo.
You were
Wow. How many
killing
more
it.
of those do you have?
that's he's running pretty dry right now.
I've only got a few. I'm going to use them, by golly.
All right. Question 1. What is the name of the Swiss psychiatrist who developed the analytic psychology school of thought and was considered to be the heir apparent of Freud before they had a falling out?
I'm going to lock in.
Can I call friend of the show Allison?
No.
Oh,
Well, I mean, you could call her later if you want, but
okay.
I can't stop you from maintaining a friendship. But
Okay.
she might like to, but
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm locked in.
That can't be it.
Switzerland.
I'm locked in.
all right, Kels, what's your answer?
I wrote down Milgram.
Okay. Devo
Wrote down Young.
and Andy.
I wrote down Van Morrison, lead singer of the band The Them, which recorded in the 1960s the song Gloria, which is not the same as the song Gloria by Laura Branigan from your episode that I was not invited to.
So what are you trying to say?
Oh, you guys were wrong. I was right.
I know you're not talking about this question.
No, I have no idea about this question. No idea at all.
Well, the correct answer is Carl Jung.
Yay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Makes sense, I suppose. You're up with your
Question 2. I use this one just because I love this guy's name. Thomas Conrad von Baldenstein was a Swiss naturalist, ornithologist, entomologist, and apiarist. What is an apiarist?
I'm sorry, that is an awesome name.
That's fantastic.
Thomas Conrad von Baldenstein.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Oh, Ray Guy. This is not going well.
Whoa.
My
Ray
goodness.
Gee, so early.
Hey,
Time.
hang on.
I got nothing.
The ball's going farther because we're at altitude.
All right, Devo.
As a bee expert,
Andy punted. Kels.
I said a bee connoisseur.
Suggests it's eating the bees, right?
Nah, it's just somebody who studies bees.
I see.
Well, technically, I'm going to give you both. I'm going to give you both credit for that. Technically, it's a beekeeper, which assumes a certain amount of expertise, I think, but it's a beekeeper.
Yeah.
Question 3: Swiss mathematician Jacob Bernoulli, who is the grandsire of there are a whole line of famous Bernoulli mathematicians. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Discovered the constant e, which is the base of what type of logarithm. And for a bonus, I'll give you 1 point for each correct digit of e that you can provide. I've got it up to like 50 digits here, I think. It's an irrational number, so if you can, you could get a whole bunch of bonus points.
So what is it you're looking for again?
I'm looking for the constant e is the base of what type of logarithm? If you go back to your calculus class.
You know, fun fact there, Neil,
took
I've
enough.
never taken calculus in my life.
Nor
That
have
may make it
I.
hard for you.
It makes this tricky.
I vaguely remember this. I took it enough. I should know it.
All right, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. Ray Guy goes for 3 pointers. So I'm going to say 3. And it's the field goal logarithm.
Okay. Kels?
I believe it's natural logarithms.
Yes.
And you said we could guess the digits?
Yeah.
It's 2 point, and everything after this is a guess. Like 1978 309.
Okay. That's good.
Charlie, Bravo. Oh, sorry.
No, you're that's fine. Davo?
I said it's a Lincoln logarithm. And I also said 3 because I said 3 as a digit.
Well, if we were rounding up, you guys would have been somewhat close. It is a natural logarithm,
Yes.
and the value is 2.718281. And after that, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay. So CERN is the European Organization for Nuclear Research, and it's based near Geneva. It's the home of the LHC, which is the world's largest particle collider. Back in 1989, one CERN scientist developed what technology which most of us use every day? And for a bonus, what is his name?
I'm locked in.
Well,
If it's this, then I'm retiring after the show. Like,
wow.
I've reached the mountaintop if this is correct.
All right, I'm just going to lock in because I want to hear the answer because I don't know.
I'm locking in with something I'm sure I'm wrong with.
What's your answer, Kels?
Blue blockers.
Okay.
I want Kels to be right.
Davo?
The internet.
Andy?
I went with cellular.
So none of you want to guess the name of the person who developed it?
John Internet.
Terrence Blocker.
John Cellular.
Well, the gentleman's name is Tim Berners-Lee. He was a scientist there, and he was tired of dealing with the vast amount of information that organization dealt with. And so he invented a hypertext protocol that he called, or I don't know if he called it, but it became the World Wide Web.
Oh, are you kidding me?
So, Davo, Yes, the World Wide Net, the World Wide Web is not the internet.
Can I get
The internet is the infrastructure, the protocols. But since a lot of people basically call the web the internet, I'll give you half points.
I'll take half points for that. And John Internet is proud.
Well, Al Gore invented the internet.
That's
Yeah,
just
the internet evolved from the DARPA net, which was the defense a defense network from, I don't know, early on, like the 50s and 60s maybe, and then it kind of expanded from there and eventually became the internet.
Huh.
So you can't have the World Wide Web without the internet, but you can't have the internet without the World Wide Web. All right. Well, at the end of round one, Andy has 0.
Perfect score.
Kells has 21 and Davo has 25.
yeah.
It's anybody's game. So let's move on to sports.
Okay.
Oh, Swiss sports.
You can't have a Swiss sports category without talking about Roger Federer. If you don't know who he is, he's a better than average Swiss tennis player. How many Grand Slam tournaments has he won in his 22 years as a professional player?
Oh boy.
Locked in.
Oh, I'll give you a scaled points based on how close you were.
Is that Grand Slams?
Grand Slams, yes. That's the 4 big ones: Wimbledon, Australia, U.S., and French.
Yeah, on the clay.
Locked in.
Deva?
I think I guessed a little high. I said 26.
Okay. Andy?
Well, I went with 25.
And Kels?
Now Farrell might have lowballed him. I said 22.
The correct answer is 20. So Devo got 4, Andy got 5, and Kels got 8.
Huh. I was thinking there's more than that.
He's won a ton of games, but like I thought it was interesting. He doesn't do very well. He's only won the French Open once, and I
Yeah.
think that's the only clay one. So I'm guessing he doesn't do so well on the clay.
He's terrible on clay. He's outstanding on
Nadal is
grass.
just way better. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's amazing. But wow.
That's still an awful lot of Grand Slam tournaments.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Question 2. This one I had no idea about this one, but you guys being basketball fans might. The ones of you that are basketball fans, at least.
Mm-hmm.
What Swiss basketball player was the 25th player picked in the 2014 NBA draft and is currently a starting center? And I'll give you, if you want an easy mode for half points, I'll tell you the team.
I'm gonna have to go with the easy mode.
Me too. I'll take easy mode.
Andy?
You might as well.
Again, no, there was. I'm going to stick with hard mode, regular mode.
Oh,
I'm desperate. I think I got this.
so you're locked in?
Yes.
Easy mode, the team is the Houston Rockets.
What? Huh.
I had no idea.
You did say center, correct?
I did say center.
I'm locked in.
Me too.
This is news to me.
You seem dubious. I think he might be stereotyping Swiss people.
No. It's just I just didn't
It's
know.
just a shock. Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Andy.
The Bulls had a guy, and I don't know, I cannot pronounce his last name. I think it started with an S, but his first name was Thabo.
Cephalosha.
Cephalosha.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. He's a small forward.
And he's African.
He was?
Thabo.
Yeah.
Kels?
The answer would have to be Clint Capella then.
Deva?
Clint Capella.
The correct answer is, let me get his name right, Clint Ndumba Capella.
Wow.
His parents are from Angola and Congo, but he was born in Geneva. He's played for the Swiss national team, I think. Well, he was in the Euro League for a year before he joined the Rockets.
I am the
Question 3
right now.
That was from Germany, so
Yeah.
it's not
Oh
going
my
to show up
God.
here.
You should lose those points.
Question 3. A city in Switzerland has hosted the Winter Olympics 2 different times. What city is that? And I'll give you bonus, a 1-point bonus if you can name the years.
Ooh.
1 point for each year. So it's the same city, so one city. I think there have only been 3 cities that have hosted the Winter Olympics twice, and this is one of them.
I know the city.
You
I
do not.
do not know the years. Yeah, I do.
I know.
You don't think the Olympics is one of those lists that Kells has memorized?
Oh my God. Why did I?
I'm gonna lock in, but I don't know the years.
I do not know the bonus. I'm locking in as well.
I'm locking in with a total guess. This could not be going any worse for me.
All right, Kells?
Thinking it was Saint Moritz.
Okay. Deva?
I said Grenoble.
That's in
Ooh.
France.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant was born there. Well,
Yeah.
he's built from there.
Right.
Andy?
I said Saint Mortiz.
Andy, why do you do this to me?
Am I mispronounced? Oh, son of a Pete.
It's Moritz, not Mortiz. I'll give it to you.
No, I'm just taking pity points. This is going so poorly.
Yeah. The answer is St. Moritz, and it was 1928 and 1948.
Yeah.
Question 4. Competitive sledding was invented at a resort in St. Moritz in the 1880s or so, I think. The 2 Olympics held there were the only times this type of sledding was included in the games until 2002 when it was added permanently.
Ooh.
2002.
I know this.
Locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
Okay, Devo?
I think Kells is still thinking.
Oh.
I'm gonna get it wrong. You can go ahead. I'm locked in.
I said skeleton. He's sledding head down.
Okay, Andy
Bobsled.
and Kels.
I don't feel so bad now. I said skeleton just because I couldn't. I was gonna write dog sledding, but that didn't seem right because I don't think they do that in the Olympics at all. But yeah, I went with skeleton.
Okay. There's, as far as I know, there's 3 basic types of sledding. There's the bobsled, the luge, and skeleton. And the correct answer in this case is skeleton.
Oh,
Nice.
Don't even need to be here for the rest of the episode, really, at this point.
dude, you got a shot. You got a shot.
So
that kind of competitive sledding was started because this guy that had a resort in St. Moritz was trying to keep visitors there during the winter because most of the time people like from England would come during the summer and then leave when it got really cold. So he was trying to come up with fun things for them to do during the winter. And one of the things they did was they built these bobsleds and were racing them on the streets in St. Moritz. But they were having so many pedestrian collisions that the owner of the resort built the first actual bobsled track. Are they called a track? I forget what they're called.
a course.
Yeah. And anyway, that's still in use today. It's been modified, but it's still the same basic one. That's the one they used in the Olympics.
That's just insane to me. On your belly, face first, going 100 and some odd miles an hour around hairpin turns on a
That's
sled.
ass.
Yeah.
They're not quite sure why it's called the skeleton. It might have resembled the skeleton when they first made it.
Because that's
I
all
think
that's
it
going
might
to be
be
left of
because-
you when you crash.
Yeah, I think that's another possible. Anyway, at the end of round 2, Andy has 15. Davo has 44 and Kells has 54.
Yay.
Andy, you're a history guy,
Uh-huh.
so let's talk about some history.
Good Swiss history.
Swiss
You got
Street,
this, Andy.
as they call it. Switzerland.
I shouldn't laugh at that. But you caught me off guard.
I feel the same way, Kels. Oh, I'm so
You do
ashamed
not
of
deserve
laughing
to
at
laugh
that.
for that, sir.
Can we edit that bit out?
No, that's gold.
Street staying.
People will
That's
know I
cool.
laughed at that.
Question 1. Switzerland is officially named the Swiss Confederacy because it's a federation of 26 smaller political units named what?
What were those called? You used to know this.
The individual units.
I'm locked in.
Yes.
Hmm.
There's a generic term for those units.
Yeah. Poo. I'm locked in.
I'm like that.
Andy, what's your answer?
Cantons.
Oh.
Kels?
Said city states.
Same thing.
Davo?
I said principalities.
Correct answer is canton.
Dang it. I knew that at one point in my life.
So, yeah, the original ones, Andy, there were some areas that were cantons, and then some of the bigger cities came in as their own, like Bern.
Oh, okay.
Came in as, so that was sort of a city state, but they're all generically called
Okay.
cantons. So here's a nugget related to that. Bern is generally considered to be the capital of Switzerland because that's where the legislature is, the federal legislature, but they don't technically have a capital city.
Oh,
Part of their confederacy is their constitution doesn't account for any kind of capital city. Question 2. For 3 points each, name the 4 official languages of Switzerland.
Oh. Do we get partial points for naming some of them?
For 3 points
Okay.
each, name
Sorry.
the 4 official languages of
Having a
Switzerland.
bad game.
You got the yips.
I
Andy.
do. I don't even have the yips at this point. I'm just swirling around the drain. I'm locked in.
I'm locked in too.
I am
All right. Kels, what's your answer?
okay. I said French, Swiss, German, and English.
Okay. Deva?
I said English, French, German, and Italian.
So much better answer.
Andy?
I said German, French, Italian, and I don't think there's a language called Swiss, but that's what I put down for my fourth one because I couldn't come up with it.
Okay. Well, the correct answer is French, German, Italian, and Romansh.
Say, huh?
Is that Swiss?
No, it's not Swiss. It's Romansh.
What is Romansh?
It goes nice
It
on
is-
salad.
Yeah. Crunchy.
It's a version of a Romance language, but it evolved separately in this. It's only spoken really in one canton, but it is one of the official languages of Switzerland. So it's related to French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Romanian, all those, but it's different.
Well, actually, it's much newer than that. They were filming Dr. No, and Sean Connery went over to Switzerland and said, "This place is built for romance." and
Wow.
they had a whole language about it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. Well,
Whew.
on that note, let's move
Yeah.
on, please. So it turns out this is actually kind of more of a there's some geography in here, but the geography is all formed by history. So this is one I expect Kells to get, and probably all of you. I think you can all get this one. How many countries does Switzerland border?
Oh,
no.
man.
And for a bonus, how many of those bordering countries are not part of the European Union?
Oh, way to sweeten the pot.
Switzerland is not part of the European Union, as you probably know.
Yeah.
I know in the 40s it bordered just one country.
Well, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
You know what? I'm going to change that one because that's a really easy one to guess. So I need you to list the ones that aren't part of the European Union.
Oh,
I won't just take a number. I want a number for the how many countries does it border, but I need the actual a list of the ones that aren't part of the EU, if any. There may not be any.
I'm clearly missing something. All right.
I'll play your game, Quebec.
Is this a graded? Is this a scaling answer?
No.
Oh, come on, my man.
It doesn't matter for me anymore. I'm not even going to lobby for it.
Dave, it sounded like you were trying to get backstage somewhere.
Yeah, it really did.
I'm locked, dude.
Okay. So
Yeah.
is that everybody?
Yeah.
Devo?
Oh man, I wrote down 4 countries, and I know it's more, but I was hoping that I could convince you with a little bit. Maybe this Mr. Andrew Jackson will convince you.
I've got 4 as well,
I
so
said
maybe we're right.
Hey, I said France, Italy, Austria, and Germany. So I said 4.
Yeah, no, I don't need. Yeah, I don't need you to list the countries. So how many do you think are not part of the EU, or which ones do you think are not?
I think none of them are. I think all of those are in the EU.
Okay.
So my answer,
your answer
for the
is-
bonus is 0.
Okay.
I have the exact
Andy?
same answer as Davo. I wrote down France, Germany, Italy, and Austria, and all of them are part of the EU.
Okay. Kelvin?
I went with 4 as well, the same 4 countries that those gentlemen listed. But I figured there had to be one, or I mean, maybe you're just feeling cruel today. So I threw out Austria as the one that wasn't a part of the EU.
All right. Well, that was clever of you. However, you all forgot one of the
What
countries.
country?
Oh,
Tiny little Liechtenstein.
Barely a
Switzerland.
country.
I
That's
think
like
they would
calling
disagree
Robin
with
as a superhero.
You've gone too far.
I'm sorry, Davo. I'm having a rough night. I apologize.
You are having a rough night. You know, fun fact there, Neil, you can rent Liechtenstein if you want.
What do you mean rent? Like, wait, rent the whole country?
If you-
Have a party?
Yeah.
I don't really think that's true.
For shooting movies. For shooting movies, you can pay a certain fee and rent the nation, and they'll change street signs and
I mean,
stuff.
but does that mean like all the citizens have to participate in the film?
Well, there's like 9 people who live there. Don't worry about it. So for $70,000 a night, for a minimum of 2 nights, you can hire the country of Liechtenstein. It can accommodate between 450, 900 people, has 500 plus bedrooms and 500 plus bathrooms. Yes.
It's an Airbnb.
Yes. There you go.
All right. I did not know that. So Liechtenstein has the distinction of being one of two countries that are doubly landlocked, which means that it's landlocked and all the countries that surround it are landlocked. In this case, it's just Switzerland and Austria. So do you know what the other doubly landlocked country in the world is?
Doubly landlocked.
So
Let's see.
the country is bordered by
Ooh.
countries that are landlocked.
That's a really good question.
Yes.
All landlocked.
Okay.
Um,
Mongolia.
nah. China
No.
touches the.
Oh yeah.
Kazakhstan.
Is it a? Is
No.
It's a stan.
yeah, I was about to say.
It's a stone.
The capital is Tashkent.
Oh, that's Uzbekistan.
It is.
I was gonna go with Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda's not a stan.
If it was.
Wakandastan?
It would be a totally different place
Really would.
if it was in the middle of Uzbekistan. All right. Let's move on to question 4. The Swiss Guard have been the bodyguards of what office since the 16th century?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
We didn't. I'm locked in.
Andy?
The Pope.
Kels?
The papacy.
Devo?
The Pope.
That is the correct answer. It's a little more complex than just calling them bodyguards. They're kind of the ceremonial military of the Vatican. Although the Vatican didn't exist in the 16th century as a country, so it's complex. But they are all Swiss. They have kind of weird Renaissance looking costumes.
Well, I don't think they think it's weird.
They might. I don't know.
The Pope probably thinks they're pretty sharp outfits.
Yeah,
They're pretty sweet, dude.
be careful with them, though. All right. At the end of round 3, Andy has 44. Devo 63 and Kels has 70.
I'm catching you, Davo.
Category 4 is movies.
Oh.
Question 1. Who starred in the first film adaptation of Heidi?
Oh no.
Oh, crap.
Do that though.
This is the one that interrupted the Jets game for?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Kels, what's your answer?
I said Patty Duke.
Andy?
Heidi Klum.
Hey.
Yeah.
And Devo.
I said Shirley Temple.
Would it have made a difference if I'd said the first movie film of Heidi came out in 1937?
Probably so. Yeah.
Well, I still would have answered Heidi Klum.
Okay. Well, the correct answer is Shirley Temple.
No,
Wow.
I'll play Davo.
And that is not the version that interrupted the Jets game. That was
No,
a
that's
19...
not the version I was thinking of.
All right. Question 2 in movies. The Furka Pass has one curve named Jane's Bondstrasse because it was used as a location in what Bond movie, the first to win an Academy Award?
Oh no.
I'm locking in with a total guess.
All right, I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
Deva?
From Russia with Love.
Kels?
I said on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Andy?
That's what I guess as well, on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Correct answer is Goldfinger.
Oh, wow.
What?
I knew there was.
There's a scene.
For what?
What?
So there's a scene where Odd Job and somebody else are driving
True.
down this hill, and then James is following them, and then there's some woman who's following him, and they're just on this really curvy mountain road, and then she stops and takes a pot shot at somebody, and then James runs her off the road.
Yeah.
That's every Bond film we just described there. What I was asking though is genuinely, what Academy Award did that win?
I like
it's a
sound
perfectly
editing.
fine Bond film, but okay. So, I never thought about something ridiculous like that. Okay.
Question 3. Robert Downey Jr. tweeted that if you start watching this 2013 movie at exactly 11:55:50, then you can on New Year's Eve, then you can celebrate the new year with Tony Stark. The scene takes place during a flashback to a scientific conference in Bern, Switzerland, where Stark first met Aldrich Killian.
Locked in.
I'm locked in as well.
I'm locked in.
Andy?
Iron Man 2.
David?
Iron Man 3.
Kels?
Iron Man 3.
Correct answer is Iron Man 3.
Oh!
So I guess the movie starts at this conference. I think it was a flashback to 1999, and I guess for a little over 4 minutes into it, that turns midnight in the movie, and Tony Stark says "Happy New Year" or something.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, here's another 2013 movie.
Oh.
Question 4. Near the end of this 2013 film, the main character decides to sober up after his yacht capsizes and his plane crashes on his way to Geneva to clear out his Swiss bank accounts. For easy mode, I'll tell you the name of the main character.
Locked in.
I would like the easy mode.
Hold on, I'm thinking about this. I want the easy mode.
Okay. So Kels is locked in. Dave and Andy want the easy mode. The character's name is Jordan Belfort.
Oh, man.
Is it an old man because you know it now and you hate that you took the easy mode, or you still don't know?
It's the oh man that I feel like I should know it. Like it's ringing a bell. It's just I'm not able to answer the bell. Oh,
man.
Come on.
I'll give you a super easy mode for 2 points.
I'll take it.
I'll tell you the actor.
Can I give them the actor, Neil? If they bite.
I haven't bitten yet.
I'm taking the easy
Okay,
mode.
I'll take super easy. Sure.
Okay, go ahead, Kels.
Jordan Belfort was played by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh.
Locked in.
Yeah. I'm locked in.
All right, Andy.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Dave.
Wolf of Wall Street.
And Kels obviously knows it.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
That is correct. So 2 points for Davo and Andy, 10 points for Kels. And that was our first super easy mode.
Wow.
First
I really appreciate the super easy mode.
Yeah, I do too.
Kels might not.
Oh, I found it to be funny.
Well, at the end of round 4, Andy has 46.
Ooh, I gained 2 points.
Davo has 85. I almost said 58 there.
Ooh.
Kels has 90.
Kels has lapped me.
Not quite yet.
Almost. I mean, he would have, except for the super easy mode question.
Apparently, I know nothing about the Swiss.
This next one's your category, though, Andy.
Oh,
I feel it. It's music.
I can only think of one Swiss band. I've been thinking you're going to do music. I can only think of one. All right. Lay it on me.
Well, if you're thinking of a Swiss band, it's probably not one of these questions.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm done.
Question 1. Andreas Vollenweider, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but it doesn't really matter,
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
is a Swiss musician who has collaborated with Bobby McFerrin, Carly Simon, and Pavarotti, among others. What instrument does he play?
Locked in.
What?
You want to
See, I
dance?
told you.
Let's dance. Come at me, bro.
Vollenweider?
Vollenweider.
This is really just a word I want to say.
I'm locked into.
Comeback trail. Cinderella story.
Devo?
He plays the big horn you see in Ricola commercials. That big thing.
All right. Kels?
Sorry. I wanted to say flugelhorn.
Ooh, I like a good
Okay.
flugelhorn.
Just because I wanted to say flugelhorn.
And Andy?
I'm going to play it safe and just simply say he plays the harp. But technically, he plays an electronic harp that he has his own name for. He invented it. But I can't remember the exact name of it.
Well, I'm sure he plays the traditional harp also, and that is the correct answer.
Oh,
But yeah, he does have his own version of a harp that he plays.
but not the flugelhorn. We're sure.
Not the
don't think he
flugelhorn.
plays flugelhorn. Question 2. Try not to jump in too quickly here, Andy.
Okay.
The singer whose birth name is Anna Mae Bullock renounced her U.S. citizenship and became a Swiss citizen in 2013.
Locked
She's
in.
currently 80 years old and has won 8 competitive Grammys. What is her stage
Locked
name?
in.
Locked in. And I was biting my tongue because I was sure he would do some sort of tricky thing at the end.
Kels?
I believe she left a good job in the city, and she's working for the man every night and day. Last time I heard from her, but I believe it's Tina Turner.
Okay. Andy?
You know, I appreciate that the start of this, it was rough. But now it's gotten nice and easy for me. It's Tina Turner.
And Deva?
Thunderdome. Tina Turner.
Well, that's
Are you
just
you're gonna
sad.
you're gonna
That's where you
summarize
go.
Tina Turner's career with Thunderdome?
I love that song. We don't need another hero.
That is the highlight of her career as far as you're
Yes,
concerned,
it is.
apparently.
We don't need it all the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome.
Only Davo thinks of Tina Turner in terms of who runs Bartertown.
Anyway, just for completeness, the correct answer is Tina Turner.
She did leave a good job in the city, to be fair.
She did.
Yep.
But she's got a nice gig in Switzerland right now.
I bet.
Question 3. The Montreux Jazz Festival has been held annually since 1967. What musician has performed during the festival a record 21 times? He was part of the Miles Davis Quintet in the 60s and won one of his many Grammys for a 1983 song that was the first mainstream song to feature scratching. Like record scratching.
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in. I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Okay.
I'm second guessing myself because I want to come back. This could be 3 in a row if I get it right.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us what you think.
It's got to be Herbie Hancock.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay. Deva
I went with Herbie Hancock.
and Kels.
I had no idea when you first posed the question, but if the song is was it Rocket?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, man, that was Herbie Hancock, but I didn't know he was in the quintet. But that's why I wrote down Herbie Hancock.
Miles Davis had heard him and sought him out specifically to play piano in his quintet, and he won his first Grammy actually in 1983 for Rocket.
Yeah.
His name is Herbie Hancock.
Wow.
One of the weirdest videos that was
I
ever
love
made.
that video.
Yes, it is strange.
All right. Question 4. What is the name of the large wooden wind instrument used in Switzerland, often portrayed in cough drop commercials?
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
I'm locked in.
Just got to be careful about the jokes you make sometimes.
I'm locked in.
I would have thought he was safe.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, there weren't any answers given away. So, Deva, what's your answer?
I believe that's called a Matterhorn.
Kills.
I did not know the name of it, so I just went with flugelhorn again.
All right, Andy.
Davo is strangely close. It's the Alphorn.
The correct answer is the Alphorn or Alpenhorn.
Alpen.
And so, just to humble brag a little bit, I once blew an Alpenhorn while I was on a boat in the middle of Lake Geneva, and it was very, very hard to blow. You need a lot of lungs. I think I was like 12 or 13 at the time, and I think I made it kind of vaguely fart. But the good musicians can get 2 octaves of range on those things.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, at the end of round 5, Andy has 86, Deva 105, and Kel's 110.
Look at who made it a game.
Made it
Look at
competitive
that.
again. Music is my category.
All right, our last category is the famous Swiss people.
Oh, Tina Turner. Oh,
Little Debbie and her Swiss rolls.
Do you want to throw out any more answers? I mean, I can take those as your official answers if you
No,
want.
we're good.
No. Yeah.
Please don't.
Question 1. The founder of what U.S. car manufacturer was born in the canton of Neuchâtel? Neuchâtel.
I'm gonna lock in.
I'm locked in.
All right. Andy, what's your
I
answer?
believe it's Louis Chevrolet.
Deva?
I believe it is Walter Chrysler.
And Kels.
I call myself being funny. I said Jimmy Chevrolet.
Oh,
And I know
no.
that's not a-
No way. He doesn't get it.
I wasn't actually expecting you to answer. So just keep in mind, guys, when you give answers of names, you're almost always better off just giving me a last name, unless it's like if I ask you a question about the Bee Gees, I need to know a first name,
Well,
right?
sure.
But for something like the correct answer of Chevrolet, if you give me a first name that's not right, I can't count it.
Oh no, that's the thing. I didn't think I would be anywhere near close to being right. So
Kels, so basically what I'm hearing is you didn't think you would be right, so you just made up a joke name of
Pretty
Jimmy
much.
Chevrolet.
yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, the correct answer is Chevrolet.
Yeah.
And Andy, his first name was Louis or Louis.
Nice.
So
I am totally wrong. With
So
that.
so Andy was completely right.
Okay.
Kels, I wish you'd just said Chevrolet.
I'm glad he didn't.
Two at this point.
Hey, man.
All right, question 2. The Swiss national hero probably never existed, but Rossini wrote an opera about him in 1829. Who is he?
I'm locked in.
Man.
It can't be Federer then.
Mm. Ray guy.
Ooh,
Oh man,
hang time.
in time. I got nothing, but I don't want to do Ray Guy. Like two Ray Guys in one play. Then you're just kicking the ball back and forth.
Then it's soccer.
Locked in.
Okay, Devo.
I punted.
Oh, all right, Kels
I want Paul Bunyan.
and Andy.
William Tell.
Oh my gosh.
The correct answer is Wilhelm Tell.
I didn't know he was
Oh,
Swiss at all.
I remember now.
All right. Question 3. The woman considered to be the first Bond girl is from the canton of Bern. What is the actress's name?
I am locked in.
I am locked in as well.
This feels tricksy, but I'm locked in.
Kels?
Underneath the mango tree. Ursula.
Andy?
I also went with Ursula Andress.
And Devo.
Ursula Anders.
The correct answer is Ursula Andress, but I'll
No.
give you credit for
I never
Anders.
knew. Thank you very much.
Question 4, the last question of our regular rounds. This Swiss artist's painting, Necronom 4, was the basis for the alien in the movie Alien. What is his name?
Locked in.
I figured this was up Davo's alley.
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in, sure.
Andy?
Ellen Ripley.
Davo?
H.R. Giger.
Kels?
Louis de Xenomorphia.
Correct answer is H.R. And I've always pronounced it Geiger. I'm not sure what the official pronunciation is, but it's Giger.
Well done, Davo.
Yeah.
Thank you. There's a really good documentary about him on Netflix. He's a weird dude.
And if you look up that painting, Necronom 4, it looks just like the alien.
It's scary.
Necronom 4.
It's fantastic.
I think he actually won a. He was part of the team that won a Oscar for visual effects or something for Alien.
He did.
All right, at the end of round 6, Andy has 116. Kels has 120. And Davo finally pulled ahead with 125.
Giger.
I cannot believe I'm in this.
There is a 9-point difference between first and third place right now,
Wow.
which means in the final question, one answer could make the difference.
Time to focus up, gentlemen.
So when I started writing this quiz, I think I've mentioned in the past that I try to start with a final question because they're sometimes the hardest to come up with. And I thought, oh, well, Switzerland's easy. I'll just do the top 10 exports, thinking it was going to be like watches and chocolate. But it's really much more boring than that. It's like steel and plastic, and watches are on that list, but it's actually like fine machine parts or something.
Well, and Swiss Miss packets of hot chocolate, I would think. It's gotta be.
So then I thought, I often do top 10 largest cities, and that seemed kind of boring. So I went back to the watch thing and did a little research. The Switzerland is well known for their watches. They don't sell that many watches, but the ones they sell are very, very expensive. So they actually sell a a small fraction of the number of watches, but their exports make up 70% of the watch export.
Wow.
So an example, one way to visualize that is the average watch that comes out of China is sold wholesale for $3. The average watch that comes out of Switzerland is about $900.
Ooh.
So all I need from you guys is the 10 largest Swiss watch brands by sales.
Huh.
Oh.
I don't really expect this to be a very high scoring
No,
final
I
round,
wouldn't expect that
but-
either.
but I know you've all heard of some of these. It's just a question of whether you can pull them up. So go.
Wait just 1 second, Bubba. Yes, it's your friendly podcasting fanatic. Here to shout out my trivia brothers from another mother, the Trivia Rogues. When you get a chance, pop on over to the Trivia Rogues and let Billy and the gang educate you on some things, Bubba. Funk on. And do remember to please look both ways before you cross my mind, baby.
Andy, what are your
Well, number one,
guesses?
Swatch. I presume they're Swiss, and that's where they came up with the name Swiss watch, Swatch. Number two, Cartier. Number three, Rolex. That's all I got.
Kels?
I said Tissot. I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Omega.
Oh,
Tag Heuer. Breitling.
boy, I've not heard of either one of those
Rolex.
two before Rolex.
Hublot. And Audemars. And I can only come up with 7. I didn't think of Swatch, which sounds like a gimme.
Deva?
I have Swiss Army,
Oh,
Cartier, Swatch, and Rolex. And that's my 4.
All right, let me tally these up. Shouldn't take too long. I'm done tallying up. Swatch is indeed, it did stand for Swiss Watch. Swatch itself as a brand was, at least back when I remember, back in the 80s, it was kind of a low end brand.
whoa.
But they have purchased many, many other brands. And now I believe they own like Cartier and some of the others.
Ooh.
So I think Swatch is actually the biggest watch manufacturer out there right now.
Wow.
So here's the answers I have. I actually have 11 of them because I found 2 different lists. Tissot is one. Jaeger LeCoultre, Tag Heuer, IWC, Audemars Piguet. I'm really mangling these. Patek Philippe, Longines or Longines, Cartier, Omega, and Rolex. So I've got Andy with 2 of those for 20 points, getting you to 136 and currently
Wow.
the lead. Kells, I counted 4 for you because I didn't see Breitling, Hublot, or Autumn. I'm not sure what you said. I was kind of doing it phonetically.
Audemars.
Yeah, but none of those were on my list, and my list rules. So I got 40 for you,
I rule.
giving you 160, which puts you in the lead. Devo, you would have to have all 4 of yours correct, but unfortunately you only had 2, the Cartier and Rolex, giving you a total of 145. So our big winner today is Kells.
Well done, Kels.
Hey.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Kells. And congratulations to Andy for making it a game. It was looking bleak early on, but you stormed back.
Wow, that was a pathetic start to a match.
From all of us here at the Brain Ladle Trivia Podcast, this is Davo with Kells.
What's so great about Switzerland? Well, I can tell you this: their flag is a plus.
Andy.
Sorry. I just got that. It's so bad.
That was actually the one I was going to use.
So long, ladle brainers.
Okay, I have it back.
And Neil.
Comedian Billy Connolly once said, "I've always wanted to go to Switzerland to see what the army does with those wee red knives."
Signing off.
Greetings and salutations to all you good trivia people out there. I know what you're thinking. Hey, I really enjoyed this show. How can I get a little more? Well, here to help you out. You can look up these good people on Twitter at Ladle Brain, or if Facebook's more your deal, you can look them up at Brain Ladle Productions. Hey, they've even got their own webpage. It's brainladletrivia.com. Now, if you're feeling generous, you can join a Patreon, where if you donate $10 or more, you can even get yourself a fancy show invite. How about that? Until we meet again, this has been 44, and I'm glad you joined us. Hope I'm out. The preceding podcast was presented by Brain Ladle Productions. All rights reserved.